Yeah, well, we think, first of all, we think there's been great progress made at COP21, and we made a number of commitments there as a company ourselves. Our commitments were to reduce our greenhouse gas emissions by 65% by 2050, and within our supply base, 50% with our direct suppliers by 2050 as well. So we feel we've already got a great framework, even if the agreement is not fully ratified by every country around the world. But we think it's a great framework that provides a really productive dialogue between business, governments, and NGOs, a forum for us to come together and to agree how we move forward and what the course and speed should be.
What are the benefits of sort of a greener outlook on your business practice for a multinational like yourselves?
Yeah, well, first of all, we think it's the right thing to do, not just for our generation, but for the next generation. And increasingly, we're finding that the people who consume our foods care very much, not just about how the food tastes, but about where the food's grown, who makes it, how it's made. And so there is a benefit, from a corporate image standpoint in doing the right thing from a sustainability standpoint as well.
Interesting. I mean, when you're listening to other people talking at this meeting, are you reassured that other companies are moving at the same pace as you?
I am. In fact, we were one of the first 10 companies to embrace science-based targets, one of the first 10, in fact. And so I was very reassured this morning to hear that the pace of those commitments is picking up. So that's very, very positive progress. I'm quite reassured that, I think with government action, with COP21, with the dialogue that's now happening, I think the tone of the conversation has completely changed over the last couple of years. And there's no longer a sort of denial, but it's very much focused on what we need to do to productively move forward.
What kind of risk analysis has a company like Kellogg's done in terms of 1.5 or 2 degrees? Because you evidently rely on vast supply chains around the world to create your products. What kind of work have you guys done on that, and has it informed your decision making in terms of how you're going to approach this?
Yes, well, we know what the targets are that we need to achieve in order to support the 2-degree commitment at COP21, and those are the ones that I just elaborated on. I think, to be honest, I think we know how to get most of the way there, but not all of the way. And of course, that's why we set the target at 2050, because it's going to require some invention, some investment in order to get the full target.
And just a final one, in terms of the volatility around the global markets at the moment, do you think that will affect the way businesses think about their investments in cleaner forms of energy, or looking at their supply chains? Because clearly there are a lot of worried people. We're in the centre of the city of London. There are a lot of worried people wondering about having their coffees, you see, at lunch break, and wondering what the pound's going to do next.
Yeah, well, certainly it's an uncertain environment that we're operating in. I think that maybe for a couple of years, for a short-term time frame, but I see the work that we're doing here around sustainability as an enduring focus area for companies like ours. Yeah.